Well, welcome back to the Tidy Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with another video. This is actually my first Cyberverse video of Alpha Trion here. And I want to say that I was really excited about this guy, and somehow I thought he was going to be bigger than this, but you know, this is the size they gave us. And I do want to say that I did pick him up for about 15 bucks at Target. He's not even in the system at Target, so they put him on clearance or whatever, a lot of Targets. Heard him going as cheap as 8. At mine, he just wasn't ringing up in the system, so they looked it up online and just put in a price, whatever online was, and said 15 bucks. I was like, okay, I'll take it. But let's take a quick look at the box, or the packaging. It's not in a box. All right, so here it is in the packaging, and yeah, it's kind of rudimentary open display packaging, but you know exactly what you're gonna get. There's not gonna be any surprises when you get home, like what did you get? So, yeah, that's what it looks like, the back. And you see both modes, and you see the little pop-out thing there. And in the packaging, I see the instructions down there underneath all that plastic. This is my first Cyberverse figure buying since Cyberverse existed. So it's all new to me. So pretty interesting. They got the artwork back there of Alpha Trion, and it looks good. So this is an official product. All right, so let's look at this guy, and then we'll transform him. But see, it's kind of funny because he has no head articulation, and his arms, they go out a bit, and then he's got a elbow, and yeah, that's it. He's got what look to be flaps, but they're just molded in. But he's kind of an interesting look to it. You've got some thigh movement in there with a lot of open hollowness, and then that's as far out as the leg goes. So they both go out. That's as far as it goes. I really thought these figures had a little bit more movement to them. I just really haven't messed with Cyberverse, so it's kind of new to me. And I was thinking, you can't make his leg go forward. But really, in the end, this isn't a character you'd have in a dynamic pose anyway. He would just be standing here looking like this. So you can get some movement back and forth. That's about it. And if you pop these little pieces here off, it's a little less kibbly. It looks a little bit better. But I do like the overall smoothness of him and the smoothness of the design. But I was kind of hoping I can blend him in on a masterpiece shelf, but we'll find out if that's possible here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get into a transformation. So, kind of a simple transformation, but anyhow, you're basically just gonna lay him down and fold him up. So you put his arms down, and you fold the leg. It's actually a tight little part there. Fold that leg around, fold this piece down. That's simple. Fold this leg around, and then you got to make sure that the hand goes inside that foot. Snap it in. Snap them together as much as you can. Fold the wings down. That clicking is engaging the mechanism. So we'll be showing that off. So let's adjust the angles here. Okay, so here it is in his spaceship mode. Now I guess that's what Alpha Trion would transform into. He has some wings, and it makes sense, and it doesn't look bad. It's not a horrible looking mode. Looking at the bottom, it's literally just Alpha Trion with his upside down feet. So that's really all that is. Looking at it from the back, yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, you still see his head, and there's no, I guess you could use that as a handle as you fly it around. Now this is gonna be a lot of fun for like my 8-year-old son, and I probably won't mind tossing it to him and let him play with, because of the fact that it was 15 bucks. It's not cheap, but it's not ridiculous expensive, and I don't think anything on this is gonna break to where you can't just snap it back on. And I think that's really where they're going with this line. I mean, it's really for the kids, and you know, I hear somewhere some kids play with toys still, so. And you push this button on the back, and you get the laser beam blast effect. But I don't understand why they don't pop out at the same time. the mechanism literally just pushes a button on both sides, and they don't pop out at the same. It pushes it at the same time. It alternates which side. Let's see if I'll do it 3 times here. Which side goes first? So it's usually this side going first. One time I had the other side go first. Let's see. Still that one. But anyway, it's a pretty cool little mode and a lot of fun for a kid. Let's get into just transforming it back, and we'll do a few comparisons. Since it's so simple, you just flip that, fold those up, open sesame, and then twist the leg around. And if you want to knock those off, you can give it a little bit cleaner look on the legs. So now if you pop those off, because they fall off during transformation all the time, but if you pop those off, then it does look cleaner. And I kind of like that look better. I don't know about you guys. So that's up to you purely. Okay, so here he is next to Magic Square's Prime, and this is the white version of Magic Square Prime, which does look pretty sweet. I love the purple. I'm just a fan of purple. I'm an easy sell on a purple figure, purple character. And yeah, having a little bit of color breakup on your shelf definitely works really well. And here's the back of these guys, and I really want to go to pointing out this now. Obviously, low price point, made for kids, easy to transform, but there's just tons of open panel-y stuff. And so when you look at, this guy was 115 and I got that guy for 15. I think MSRP is 20, but I got him for 15. You could tell the difference in price and scale and all of that good stuff. Obviously, I'm not gonna pass this thing off as masterpiece. And here he is with Prowl, the Prowl Plus. And I wanna say that I think he should be a little bigger. Of course, that's, if you're looking at a masterpiece. But with Cyberverse, they have those big ones. It's just so big. I guess the next size up, which is their leader, or is that what they call it in Cyberverse? I really wished he would have been the leader. But then again, it would have been big, and it's I guess a risky character for a kid's line, so I can understand why they did it in deluxe. But yeah, I mean, they look good. Well, this guy looks really good, and I like the colors of them. And for those of you Chug collectors out there, I think it fits really well in the Chug. Now this is Cyberverse, Power of the Spark. Yeah, I think it looks okay. I mean, I think Springer probably, I never really saw Springer and him side by side, so it's hard to tell. But I think that he's like a head shorter than a Prime. So in the Chuggish scale, he sort of fits. So this is what I consider the most important comparison. I don't have a loose one of him, so he's in the box and his packaging elevates him up a little bit more. So they're about the same size. He's not really taller, it's just because I've got him on the scale there to just elevate him up a little bit. But I always thought this was just kind of crazy looking, and I wanted something more G1. That's why I was excited about this guy. This guy came out and I got him, I was like, I didn't even feel like opening him. This guy looks closer, but I really want a third-party option. I mean, I've seen some third-party options that are kind of expensive for what they are, and I feel they're too small. I think they look great. People have hit me up with a bunch of different options, but 2 to be exact. There's 2 options out there, but they just aren't what I'm looking for. Hopefully X-Transbots does one or something. Hopefully one of the third parties does something. But in the end, I'm a huge fan of the Titan Returns line. I think that was one of the better lines that Hasbro's made. Siege is going in the right direction and it's pretty cool. But I think this figure here was a bit of a miss, but it's still interesting that they made it. I'm still glad that they took it on, and yeah. But I kind of like the look and the smoothness of this guy better. I don't know, what do you think? Put down in the comments which of these guys you think looks better of these 2, and then of course of the other 2 third-party options. Do you even have any of the third-party options? And if so, which one? Like, subscribe, and Tidyrium, hang around.